The story of Grace Bible Church really is the story of God's faithfulness to us. From the faithful families that came down with us to plant the church, to the provision that the Lord gave us when we had no idea if we had enough money, God provided from the very beginning. To the elders and deacons and faithful members, all the people that have served faithfully at Grace Bible Church. I'm just overwhelmed by God's faithfulness that He's shown to us. And now we have another opportunity to be able to see God's faithfulness to us as we get to participate in this future expansion, really a new home for our kids and for student ministries and for our growing office staff. We're so thankful for the space that we've been given and blessed with, but the reality is that we're just running out of space. Our limited kids' capacity will never allow us to fill up our worship center. When we were at one service, we actually had to close kids' classrooms before the worship center was filled because we ran out of space. And so that led us on a journey of trying to figure out how to solve this problem. And over the past 5 years, we've been praying and planning. And we're excited about this next opportunity to finally be able to provide the space for our kids that we've so desperately needed. Our hope is that this new building will help us meet 6 critical needs that we have right now. One of those needs is our children's ministry, where we just don't have enough space or capacity for the amount of kids that we have for our worship center. This building will provide us 50% more capacity, which will allow us to equally fill up the worship center and the children's space at the same time, allowing us to disciple our kids.
What I enjoy about serving in Grace Kids is the joy. I love the joy of the children. I love their enthusiasm for the Word, and I love to see the reflection of that in Sunday school, and it's my joy to help them grow in their walk with Christ.
The other critical need is for our youth ministry. If you've been here on a Wednesday night, you'll know there's well over 100 kids that come and are ministered to, and right now they are all packed into one room. And so this will provide space for 2 large rooms for the students to meet in, as well as more classrooms for the smaller groups afterwards.
We get the opportunity to come alongside these high school students and really focus on presenting the one living truth to them. And our hope is that with constant gospel conversations and studying the scripture line by line, we can create students, young men and women that are independently dependent upon Christ.
This building is also going to provide us adult education space that we've really just never had. And the way it does that is because we're able to move all of our kids into this new building. That gives us the chapel to be able to be used for things like membership classes, Foundations of the Faith classes, and other adult ministry things that we've just never been able to do. And so we're really excited about that opportunity.
As our biblical counseling ministry continues to grow with 20 to 25 people being counseled here at Grace in one small room, we're finding we're running out of space. By moving our offices into the new building, it will open up the current office space to be used exclusively for biblical counseling.
Another way that this building will help us is by giving us more space for community outreach and discipleship. You might not know this, but right now we have multiple school groups that meet on our campus each week, and they simply just are running out of space. And so this new building will give them opportunity to expand and for allowing us to be able to do even more community outreach and discipleship at Grace. Another challenge that we face is office space, and we really only have 2 private offices for office space, and we have 4 full-time staff and 10 part-time staff. And so this new space, this new office building will provide us the needed office space, not only for now, but for the years to come. Our hope is that this new building really helps us to meet all those critical needs. But the reality is that we can't do this apart from God's people participating. In fact, really the only way we can do this is if God goes before us. And so we're asking people to pray, and then we're asking people to participate. We have an incredible opportunity to invest not only in our kids and in this generation, but in generations to come, that God would continue to use this place for the faithfulness of the gospel and to be a light in Central Oregon. And so I hope that you will join us. I hope that you will participate as the Lord has led you. And I can't wait to see what God's going to do in this next season through our church as He continues to be faithful to us in so many ways.